Hello everybody, welcome back to R-TAC and Darters. And today we're going to talk about ammo and how we should stock up on ammo. What you're going to see is a couple years of stocking up on ammo and how you can do it too. So what you really should do, one, is figure out how many rounds of ammo, whatever caliber it is, that you shoot a year. So for instance, I usually shoot 1,000 rounds of 9mm a year. So I know I'm going to have to buy 1,000 rounds every year. I also put back 1,000 rounds for pandemic specials like today, like we got right now. So, but how can you stock up if you don't want to fork out $400 or $500 every time, or now like we're in the pandemic time and ammo supply is short, and you're going to spend $500 for 1,000 rounds of 9mm or 223. So we're going to talk about this first. One, figure out how much ammo you shoot. I shoot, like I said, 1,000 rounds of 9mm a year, maybe 500 rounds of odd calibers the rest of the year, like 45, 40, 32, and 25. So I buy those. I buy at least 100 rounds of those calibers a year too. On 223, I usually buy 500 rounds a year, but when I go and shoot, I know I'm going to shoot 300 or 400 rounds, so I try to buy $800 or 800 rounds a year, and then have 1,000 rounds put back in reserve. So, but if you got the money to do it all at once, you figure that out, and then now you know how much ammo you need really. So let's look on to how can you do that if you're on a budget. It's very simple. You go, and this is some 410 Marnock here for your 410. If you're going to go out to the store, Walmart, wherever, go by and grab a box of ammo when you're out all the time. And what that does is you'll build up real quick. So every time you go out to the store and you got the extra money and they got the ammo that you want in stock, say if you're at Walmart and it's 410. I know you can't get 223 or 9mm at Walmart anymore, but you can get 308, 762, 6.5 Grendel, or no, 6.5 Creedmoor there, your 17, your 22 ammo. So you should be stocking up on 22. And what I try to do is if there's like 4 boxes there and there's no limit, I'm only going to buy 2 and leave 2 for somebody else. I mean, think about that. In this time now, if you're out at Academy, and I know they limit you to what, 4 boxes per caliber, just buy 2. So that way somebody else behind you can give it. A little bit of courtesy for each other out there, okay? But anyway, what happens is once you buy a box, say once a week, and you buy a box or 2 boxes of ammo, put one back for hard times, put the other box back for shooting. And then with no time to do that, so we'll look at my ammo stash here. So like this right here is 6.5 Carcano. This is all surplus World War II era 6.5 Carcano. The one next to it is all 6.5 Carcano, new manufactured, meaning made by PPU. Right here I got my 32 Smith & Wesson long and short in the same, because you can shoot both calibers out of the same revolver as long as it's 32 Smith & Wesson long. So I got those in one. Over here I got 8mm LaBelle. Now it's got a mixture of PPU and surplus ammo in it. So, and so forth and so forth. So we got like 300 Blackout, 7.62, 6.5 Creedmoor, 308 on links, and so forth, 308. So anyway, the point is though, if you buy a box and put a box back every time you go out, when ammo supply gets back to normal, you'll build up a nice supply of ammo. It won't be for too long if you just buy it, spread it out, especially if you're on a budget. You buy a box every week, only if you can just get one box and put it back. You'll have 1,000 rounds in no time. Yeah, you'll pay a little bit more by doing it that way versus buying in bulk, but it's a way to build up some ammo. So that's something to think about. Like I said, number one is figure out how much ammo you shoot a year. Number two, figure out what caliber you shoot the most each year. Number three, buy accordingly to those two calibers, whichever way you can afford it, either in bulk or in a box every other week or a box a week, however you can do it. And then you'll build your ammo supply up. Also, we need to look at your primary and secondary weapon systems. Let's say that you're going 9mm on your handgun and you're going 223 on your rifle. That's fine and dandy, and it's good that you supply and keep a stockpile of ammo up for that, just in case, like we are a situation like we're now, civil unrest and things of that nature. Also, what happens if you didn't do that, or you did, and now you need a secondary caliber or secondary weapon systems? Let's think about that. What do you mean by secondary weapon system? Old style battle rifles. Yes, everything now is AK, SK, AR platforms, okay? Or, pistol caliber carbine platforms, okay? So if you got a pistol caliber carbine, then you're going to have to double up on your ammo supply because you're running both out of your weapon systems. So let's say if you got a Glock 17, 19, and you got a PPC that runs Glock magazines too, because that makes sense. So then you want to have a lot of 9mm on hand, so you can use same magazines through the system. Makes sense, but you're lacking long range penetration and power, especially if you want to hunt later on, or if you need to hunt. 9mm is great up close, but it's not good if you're trying to take a 100-yard shot trying to drop a deer and you need to eat. So let's think about secondary weapon systems. So when I say secondary weapon systems, let's think about rifles. Battle rifles, your older battle rifles, like your M14s, your G3s, your SETMEs, your M14s. Those type of rifles, if you haven't noticed a lot, when you go out and look for ammo, there's plenty of 7.62x51 NATO and 308 out there. A lot of people are not buying that in bulk because they're full-size rifle calibers. A good secondary rifle source. That's why I have an AR-10. That's why I have an M14. That's why I have a 308 rifle, a bolt-action rifle. So those would be your secondary weapon systems that you can think of, secondary calibers. So even if you got an SVT-40 or any of the AK PLSs, I can't remember the other name of it. Anything that chambers like the Russian 7.62x54 semi-automatic AK type weapon systems, secondary rifle caliber. If you go to a third rifle platform, now we're talking like the FN-49s in 8mm Mauser, your G43 Mauser, your Walther, your M1 Garands, a lot of the self-loading rifles, your SKSs. All those would be like a third tier of rifles, depending on your economic status. All those are great rifles, can still protect your family and all that. So then you look into the last line is just bolt-action rifles. That would be your fourth tier. So now you're looking at rifle calibers like 243, 308, 270, 280 Remington, 6.5 Creedmoor. All those type calibers are the sniper rifle calibers. Your deer hunting rifles. Grandpa's rifle from World War II. So we're talking like 1903 Springfield. Your K98 Mausers. Your Italian Carcanos. Don't laugh. The Carcanos have got a bad rap because it's undeserving. That rifle did take out Kennedy. So the 6.5 Carcano is not a bad rifle. And there's a ton of those out on the market right now because they're all been imported. Kind of killed the price on the market because they're selling them all for $300. Good rifles. Just make sure you got your E-block clip. That means hand me the clip there, Victoria. Yeah. Right. So if you got a Carcano, you're going to need this clip right here. It holds 6 rounds. It is an E-block clip, kind of like an M1 Garand. This right here, this is the 7.35 Carcano cartridge. We'll do the difference on the Carcano video later, but the Carcano came in 3 calibers, and you can actually chamber it for a couple other calibers. Believe it or not, with these clips right here, and if you can get a barrel, you can rechamber it in 300 blackout or 7.62 by 39. Imagine that. So, anyway, this is a Carcano clip. They do hold 6 rounds, and this is what it would look like. So you got to have these clips. They're usually about $5, and it is a clip or an M-block clip. They're usually all World War II. They're either brass or steel. Again, this is the bottom of the barrel when you're grabbing a Carcano. But again, it will save your life. Make sure you got newly manufactured ammo. When you look at this ammo right here, this is a 1939 dated clip with 1939 Rush or Italian ammo in it. So there's a good chance that a lot of it won't go off. So I've been there, done that. Anyway, it's surplus. The clip is worth good. Anyway, with that being said, look at your rifle platforms. Now we got to go look at your pistol platforms. 9mm, any of the 9mm pistols, double, single action, striker fired or hammer fired. Then you're going to go to revolvers or your 1911s, things of that nature. Whatever you're using as a weapon system, just make sure you have ammo for it and figure out how much you're going to shoot a year, and that way you can have it. So you can go out with a Smith & Wesson Model 10 and your Model 70 or your Remington 700 bolt action rifle. That's all you got. Then that's all you got. It'll still protect yourself and your family. Not as efficiently as newer weapon platforms do. But you got to prepare for what you got and what you got on hand. And not everybody's economic status allows you to have a large amount of ammo stockpile. And I'm just showing a very small amount of mine because, that's my business. And I shoot multiple calibers throughout the year in multiple caliber rifles because I collect World War II rifles and World War I rifles. So I'll have 6.5 Carcano on hand. I'll have 8mm Lebel, 8mm Mauser, 30-06. And I know I'm going to shoot those. So if I'm out somewhere and I can find a box of it pretty cheap, I'm going to pick it up because I know I'm going to shoot it sometime. And let's say that you are at the farthest economic stability platform that you can be at, and all you got is a 22 rifle and a 22 revolver. Please buy quality 22 ammo. So, and that is like, a brick of that. If that's all you got, that's all you got. So like here's 500 rounds of Arms Corps 22 long rifle, 36 grain. Quality ammo that's going to shoot all the time. That's what you want. So just buy something that's good. Whatever you got, 22, yes, I know you'll help people. I know 22 ain't good enough to do anything. Yeah, but more people are shot with 22s die from a 22 than any other caliber. That's true. But we're talking about scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's even if you can't get a high point, a 9mm high point. And with the ammo prices right now, yeah, that's something else too. You got to look at 9mm. All the 40 guys right now are laughing at the 9mm people because guess what? You can still get. You can still go get 40 Smith & Wesson just about anywhere, at least here in Tennessee. A good secondary caliber. You can't find no 45. You know why? Because 45 is very popular here in the U.S. So with that being said, there's lots of 40s, hardly any 45, and 9mm just trickling out. The big bore revolver cartridges, like 44 Magnum, they're out there. 357 Magnum is out there, not a whole lot. It's starting to dry up next. So look at your tiers on how you want to do your primary weapon system, your secondary rifles or weapon system, your third tier of weapon systems that you want to use, and then finally your fourth tier. No matter where you find yourself out on those levels, if you buy ammo like I suggested, and if you got to buy it every other week or buy it in bulk, if you do that, when ammo comes back to normal levels in stock, then the next time the next pandemic come around or civil unrest, you'll be prepared better. And remember, please like and share and subscribe to the channel. Double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel because YouTube's playing their games again. If you check us out on Facebook and try to send us a message or something like that, well, I'm in Facebook political jail until next week. So I'll have to wait and get back to you then. On Instagram, we can still get to you. We're still on Gunstreamer. They're still up and running. Go over there, show us some love on Gunstreamer, and show some of your other favorite gun tubers over there. I'm interested on how do you plan on stocking up for your ammo if you don't? Because right now I'm stocked up on 9mm. I don't have to buy any 9mm, and I have not bought a box of 9mm this year because I have 5,000 rounds. So I really don't need to buy any, and I'm not. And if I do see it out there, I'm going to walk past it. Why? Because I want you, my fellow 2A supporter and gun enthusiast, to have 9mm. I don't have as much 223 as I like. I like to have about another 1,000 rounds. So I will scrap those up every once in a while. Especially now that Victoria's shooting 223 platforms. So now I got to feed two people and 2 rifles. Now she's not going to shoot as much as I do, but she's still going to shoot a lot. And trust me, the 2,000 rounds of 223 that I have right now is going to go out just like the buzzer did. It's going to run out. So anyway, so think about how you do that. Let me know in the comments below on how you buy ammo. Do you buy a box once a week when you see it? If you got the extra cash, do you buy in bulk? Or do you do both? I kind of do both over the years I have. Do you have a primary rifle system? Let us know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure most of you do. Have you thought about having a secondary rifle system and pistol system? Let us know in the comments below on that. Let's get a good discussion about that. And remember, if you're going to subscribe to the channel, make sure 2 of y'all do it at the same time, because we're right there at 666 mark. We're at 665. And I really like to have 667 because I don't really want to be 666 for a couple days on the YouTube channel, because you never know. Superstition and YouTube just might axe me at that point in time. You never know. Anyway, remember folks, it costs nothing to be kind to one another, and we'll catch you next time.